My name is Robert Anthony. We are in my office, in my home in East Hampton Village. I do computer repair, I do networking, I do a lot of stores in East Hampton. I do Obligado, I do the hardware store, I do John Papa's Cafe, and a couple of stores that I can't even pronounce the name of. I do everything that comes in over this telephone over here. People had heard about it, but nobody was taking it really seriously. There wasn't much information about what to do, who was getting it, what you should do if you got it. The town wasn't ready, neither was the federal government, so we're not blaming the town because the town was looking for information. They get their information from the county gets it from the state gets it from the federal government, and everything was in such a disarray that nobody knew anything. But there was a resource called the internet. The investigation was a lot of fun. And we did find a couple of really good resources. If there's a need and you can identify it, why not follow it? Okay, that's the way I kind of look at everything that I do. I love this community. I'm interested in its well-being, and Mary is as well. So we decided we wanted to reach a community. Now the community is English and it's Hispanic, and there are other people as well. And we got together a crew of our friends who were interested in helping us. I think there were like 10 of us. And we were at Mary's house in Springs one day, sitting around a big table, getting information from all of these people. What do we need to say? Who do we need to say it to? So we started identifying churches, Meals on Wheels, Senior Citizen Center, Stand on Newtown Lane, and start giving out pamphlets. I printed them here in Spanish and in English. We handed them out, and out they went. We started going to town board meetings and identifying ourselves. And we put a website up, easthampton-covid19.com. If you are sending a message out to local people, the people who live in the community, who have been living in the community for many, many years, these 2 or 3 generations, you're not going to speak over their heads. You're going to speak directly to them, honestly. Those are the people who are going to pass it around. And that's what we needed. We needed not the 10 of us who were involved in this. We needed the thousands and the hundreds and the thousands of us who were out there to pass this around. I think as a result of our work, we helped to avoid a bigger pandemic in the town of East Hampton. One of the brightest moments that I can recall was we were at a town board meeting, and we were there because the pandemic was one of the was on the board. It was an issue, and we saw a local doctor there, and he was the only physician that I knew of who was actively taking a position and trying to advise the town on what they should be doing as far as the pandemic was concerned. Mary and I were there, and we heard him, and we looked at each other, and there was a big smile came over our faces, and we said, we have to get him. And we grabbed him at the meeting, and we told him who we were and what we were doing, and he had already heard of us and saw what we were doing. And he said, we can do more. And we said, yes, we can. We can do more. Tell us what we can do to do more. And we started a relationship with him. East Hampton is a small town. You know, what you say here, what you do here stays here. I was an EMT for 11 years. I walked into houses that were COVID infected. I took care of people. The difference in this town and in every small town is that you walk into somebody's house to help them and they know you. Oh, Robert, you're here. Thank God it's you. Not some well-meaning paramedic from Up Island who nobody knows. Does this business very well. But there's something about the community spirit in East Hampton that I think can overcome everything as long as people are moving in the same direction. It's actually been the best thing that's ever happened for my business. Because normally from sometime in November till the middle of February in this business, you can just take a vacation, But now with so many people coming out here working from their homes, I'm busy all year round, I'm thankful for that. It's had other impacts that are not so pleasant. I mean, as far as taxes and school systems and overburdening of, like say, spring school, probably I think has the highest taxes, real estate taxes around, because they're constantly having to expand the school. I think there's a feeling to a lot of people that it's over. Now it's going to be just like the flu. You're going to catch it every year, or you're going to have a shot and you don't have to catch it anymore. And we don't have to wear masks. We don't have to social distance. We don't have to wash our hands. We don't have to be careful anymore. And what's happening is that it's coming back. And my fear is that, that we're just going to become complacent. I think we have to be vigilant. In this house, we're vigilant, Now, Mary Blake, who was my partner in this, who was supposed to be here today, sent me an email yesterday. She has COVID. So it ain't over. It ain't over. We have to continue to be vigilant. Yeah. Fear. It was all about fear brought on by a lot of misinformation. It was brought about by not knowing what to do. If you can tell people that you're experiencing what they're experiencing, yet you have found a way to cope with it, you can hopefully quell the fear that they're feeling. They had to change. And change is full of fear because you don't know what's on the other side. I look at the pandemic as an opportunity. It may be a strange way to look at it, but I look at it as an opportunity to change, Yeah, there's a lot of changes, and a lot of changes for the good. The changes for the bad, of course, are the almost close to 1 million people we've lost. 1 million, more than that, isn't it? That's devastating.